Hi, my name is Aaron and we are here at Walzer Puller Chevrolet in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the 2022 Corvette. This is actually the 8th generation of the Corvette. A lot of times you'll hear it referred to as the C8, hence 8th generation. All new redesign for 2020. This one being a 2022 has a couple of upgraded features, but overall styling has stayed the same. This vehicle is adrenaline red and has the natural dipped interior, great looking color combination, and features many packages. This one is a 3LT. The Corvette comes in 3 trim levels, 1, 2, and 3LT. 3LT being the highest trim. This one also features a couple of extra packages like the Z51 package. The Z51 package includes the extra spoiler there on the bottom, the rear, and summer tires, along with upgraded cooling and brakes for performance use. A couple of awesome features here at the front. See the newly redesigned Chevy flag right there, the Corvette flag. You also have down here in the bottom bumper your performance data recorder cameras, right? Great functions for those. I'll show you a couple of things on the inside. Those can actually be used as a dash cam during everyday driving, something every car should have nowadays. Coming down the side here a little bit, you can see the 2-tone wheels. These are optional wheels, along with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, part of that Z51 package. This car opted for the black accents, which really set off the red. On the 3LT, you do get your blind spot monitor and power folding mirrors as well, which is a great function for such a wide car. These scoops here on the side are functional and actually hide the door handle underneath. Nice little touchpad, very positive. Coming to the back, one of the things most people don't see is actually the dual brake calipers. You got one caliper that does all of the braking for the vehicle. You've got a secondary caliper that's your parking brake. Coming along to the back here, like I mentioned, the black spoiler on this one really sets off the color. This one is a convertible, right? The one weird thing about the convertible, and most people don't know if it's a convertible or a coupe just looking at it, from the side they look exactly the same. Once you drop the top though, you'll see you can't see the engine in the convertible like you can in the coupe. Nice function with that is you don't have to get out to take the roof off every time. It's a very quick folding top, done in about 15 seconds. So back here, a couple things to point out. Square exhaust tips, very different from what most people are used to seeing. This car does have the dual mode performance exhaust. It's part of that Z51 package again, but can be optioned without that. If you just wanted a car to drive every day, but wanted to have a little more sound every once in a while, it's an option you can go for. Great storage capacity. In the back here, you can actually fit enough luggage to take a weekend trip, or 2 sets of golf clubs, which is something Chevrolet actually designed the car for specifically. Let's jump around here to the inside real quick and I'll show you a couple other features. So this car being a convertible, over here on the left, you actually have a couple of extra switches. You can lower the roof or raise the roof from this switch over here. You can also raise and lower this back half glass, even when the roof is up, to get a little bit more sound. Moving over to the steering wheel, this is probably the most well-known feature of the C8 Corvette, and that would be the square steering wheel or the squircle. A lot of people wondered why Chevrolet designed the steering wheel this way, and it's actually to allow you full visibility of the instrument cluster. So it doesn't block anything. Even when you're holding it, you can see all of the information that you need to as you drive. Very driver-focused car. Everything is angled towards the driver. You can see on the passenger side, really nothing for the passenger to look at or to do. They're just along for the ride. It's really the driver's car. The cascade or the waterfall controls here for the heating, cooling, and heated and cooled seats on this vehicle. Actually very intuitive once you get to use them, but very weird for most people as they first get into the car. You also have all of your drive mode selectors over here, and your air vents and everything for passenger and driver take up very minimal space. Back here, you've got one of the speakers for the Bose Performance sound system. It's a 14-speaker sound system. In such a small car, it sounds great. You also have your wireless charger here, which you can actually use to project your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto wirelessly for 2021 and 2022. So like I mentioned, this is a 3LT, which is the highest trim for the C8. One of the greatest features about the 3LT, and honestly the biggest difference between the 2 and 3LTs, is the interior. You're going to have the suede microfiber A-pillars and roof, along with the GT2 seats as standard. These are natural dip seats, so it kind of has the two-tone tan black. This customer also opted for the carbon fiber package, which you can see around the instrument cluster, the window switches, as well as the center display right here. So the Corvette also has the drive mode selector right here. Great place, you can rest your hand while you're driving. You can reach the screen from there. If you turn the dial, you'll actually be able to see the drive modes change. With the drive mode changes, it'll change both your driver information center and allow you customizable options with most modes. Now we're in sport mode. You can switch it to track mode where everything changes again. You go to the firmest settings on basically everything. You can also go back down to tour mode, and there is one new option to the left of that called My Mode. My Mode is a fully customizable kind of everyday driving situation mode. On the Z51 packages, you'll also see this Z button on the steering wheel. This is another customizable mode for these cars, where it basically sets up your sport driving settings. Again, you can change all of these features to however you would like. With the magnetic ride control, you can choose the suspension firmness, the steering feel, the engine and shift points, the brake feel, as well as the engine sounds and the performance traction management. So all options to really set up and make the car feel as you expect it to. As soon as you want out of that mode, hit the button again and you'll go back to your standard drive modes. Up here we also have a few extra options. One of the best on the Corvette is this front camera option. This is great for parking. A lot of Corvette owners are wary about how close they get to curbs or something in front of them. This is a great way to pull up to a parking spot and know how much further you can go. This vehicle also has the front lift function with location save, so it will remember up to 1,000 spots where you want the front end to automatically lift up. It'll lift up 2 inches, does it in about 10 seconds. Very quick for that function. Another awesome function on these Corvettes is the performance data recorder. Like I mentioned earlier, it's actually something that you can use in a couple of different ways. If you wanted to take the vehicle to a racetrack and record your track day, maybe track your laps, this can do that. The memory card goes here in the glove box. Another option is to actually use it as kind of a dash cam. If you go into settings, you can turn your automatic recording on. This will record every single drive. That way, if there's ever an incident and you needed to look back on it for whatever reason, you would have that. With the performance data recorder, one of the coolest things is you can choose the video overlay. There's a few different modes. If you wanted to do track, you can actually hit preview and it'll show you the information on the bottom of the screen. Brake, gas, steering angle. If you go back and looked at sport, it'll show you some of the same data, just a little bit easier to understand. It'll do the same for live timing and a few other features. The vehicle will also allow you to select a track, custom track, or a save track depending on your location. Okay, so this was a brief overview of the 2022 C8 Stingray convertible. My name is Aaron. I work here at Walser Polar Chevrolet in White Bear Lake. If you have any questions on the Corvette or any other Chevrolet models, please feel free to stop in. We're happy to help. Otherwise, just request some information. We're happy to do that as well. Thanks.